love the design, but you have to center the cleavage and make sure that that lines up with the face. And if she has a tattoo there already that's already off, that's really hard to look at.
You should have got her to stay away from her neck because the things we like about it are your style. But everything else about it, it just makes me stressed out.
For the next elimination tattoo, you'll be creating a portrait on your human canvas.
Man, I can't believe we're doing portraits. I did not see portrait coming.
Portraits are very personal tattoos. They allow no room for mistakes.
Oh, Lord. I do portraits, but I don't like to do them. It's going to depend on the picture. The picture is everything when it comes to this. And if you got a bad picture, it's not going to be a good portrait.
About what era was this taken?
60s, 70s.
You know?
Johanna wants a portrait of her mother, and it's so small. I mean, the actual photograph of the face of her mother, you can't see anything.
It's kind of fuzzy, so I want to keep it about this size.
I'm very, very scared about this one because I could go home over having a busted grill when I couldn't even figure out what it's doing. Wow. I can't see the hair, I can't see the fuzz, I can't see nothing in this picture.
Try not to crease because the hair is right in the crease.
I'm really frustrated about this tattoo. I sat up late and worked on this portrait, trying to blow it up and see some of the details, but you can't see anything. And I gotta put it in a difficult spot. I mean, this is bull.
James didn't talk his client into putting it on a better spot. He should know better. That just puts a smile on my face. I'm hoping James is going home and I'll be safe.
Welcome to tonight's elimination. This week, we've been testing your portrait skills. James Vaughn. How are you feeling about this piece?
It was a tough one. The original picture is actually like this big.
The portrait is not all that accurate to the photograph. Part of doing a portrait is being able to see accurately what's in the photo and translate that into the tattoo.
I don't consider myself a portrait artist. I just did my best.
Where I think you kind of lost it is you actually put some shading in her nose, where in the photo, there wasn't. It was more of a highlight on the tip of her nose, and you kind of shaded it out, which effectively changes the shape of her nose. The eyes look like they might be just a slight different shape than they are in the photo.
Kind of in the picture, a little.
The lettering that you did too, there's so much going on around it, all the flowers and flourishing, and it makes it very difficult to read, even if you can read Spanish. You know, I've learned the hard way over the years that sometimes less is more.
Your line work is shaky in this tattoo because you're in a shaky spot. The placement of this thing beat the hell out of you. And I feel like that's a little bit of self-inflicted because you allowed that to happen to yourself. The fact of the matter is where her face is, where it lands in that tattoo is where her body that's very voluptuous comes together and meets. So her face is almost on an indent of this girl's body. The bottom line is I'm not easing up on anybody. For the stakes being this high, you put yourself in a really tough spot to excel in this tattoo today. Wowzers.
You'll be tattooing a subject that is intimidating for even the best tattoo artists. Portraits.
The point of precision in a portrait is that this is somebody's face, and trust me, if you change their face, it does make them not look like the person.
As equipment and techniques have advanced, it has become possible for skilled artists to create tattoos that are more realistic than ever.
I am a portrait artist. This is my redemption.
Who is this?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother. All right. The problem with portraits is anytime you have a curved surface, what it tends to do is create an optical illusion where it stretches their heads out. I'll squish it just a little bit. So when it goes around, it'll actually elongate it and it'll fix it.
Just as it's as close as possible to the actual picture, you
know
what I mean?
I'm gonna do my best for sure. You know, I haven't done a portrait in 10 years.
And you don't think their face should be like over more here?
And I've got a canvas who has very strong feelings how he wants this tattoo done. I wish there was a way I could figure out how to gauge the curve here. Black and gray is definitely not one of my strengths, and portrait's not one of my strengths. This is two of my weaknesses grouped into one challenge. It's gonna be a tough one.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, I was looking at like your art and it was kind of making me a little nervous because it's a portrait and I didn't really see any of those from you, so I was like, oh my God. I'm putting a lot of faith in you. That woman's a saint in my eyes, she always will be.
You know, you gotta have confidence in your artist because that negative projection sometimes works against you. My canvas is putting an immense amount of pressure on me.
Her face looks a little bit fatter.
We squish it down so it looks fatter. When we put it on your leg and it curves around your leg, it's gonna look skinnier. You see how it skinnies out? I'm convinced that the curve of the canvas is gonna elongate the portrait. By squishing it down a little bit, it's gonna compensate for that. I need you behind me on this, man.
Trust me, I need to be behind you on this.
Good. Everybody's wondering if I can pull this portrait off. It's pretty intimidating.
How's Jessie doing?
Just finish the hair.
Did the hair first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I start coloring in the hair, and I'm realizing that squishing the photo was a bad idea. How you feeling about it?
As long as she don't look like she just got out of Taco Bell, I'm golden.
I gave this guy a fat grandma. That's the one fear that my canvas had.
We still talk about her like she's in the next room. That's how much she meant to the family.
I'm trying to project confidence in this scenario, even though I'm super freaking out on the inside. To make her look a little thinner, I kick a little more shadow on the jawbone, and I also bring the hair in a little bit on the right side. But even after all that, it still looks chubby.
You're like, I'm covering the face. I don't want anyone to see it. Jessie squeezed the image. I'm not sure where that was a good idea.
What's up, bro?
The portrait at this point is past the point of no return. I'm really embarrassed.
This week, we asked you to create a portrait tattoo. We're testing precision. Mr. Jesse Smith. How you feeling about this?
I feel like I dropped the ball.
We're judging precision. I gotta say, I don't feel like any of the details in this tattoo are precise.
The hair could be a little more realistic. Hair is a tough thing to do. It's one of the hardest things in a portrait. It could have been more detailed. It looks a little too just not real enough.
You look at this photo, you see strands. The way you tattooed this hair is more like a weird fur/tribal pattern. Not to mention just the entire perimeter of the face does not look the same. You totally it up.
Your style of tattooing is very wall-to-wall, but you can't tattoo a portrait wall-to-wall. What you do, you're great at, but what you need to do is get great at everything else because you're supposed to. I don't like this part of my day.
Hey, it's my fault.
It sucks.
Today, you must create tattoos known and dreaded for the incredible amount of detail they require. Asian tattoos.
Knowing that we're about to tackle Chris Nunez's specialty, nerve-wracking.
With Asian tattoos, whether it's geishas, gods, animals, or mystical creatures, it's the intricate details that make them identifiable.
I'm totally excited. I am the only Asian-style tattooer in the whole crew. I have to kick everybody's ass.
I thought maybe they could do something, you know, with her laying or something like that, but...
Did you see everybody's face kind of cringe when you mentioned that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, that's gonna be almost ridiculous. He wants a geisha girl lying across his lower back. You're really, that's what you really want to do. There's not any other areas.
I kind of want to just fill in something in here.
He seems to not care what he gets. He just wants me to finish his back piece. And I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't want to do a geisha girl, so I'm doing a Japanese Anya mask. I'm finishing the nose right now.
Yeah.
I've got the cheekbone and the lower jaw, the mouth, that's all I have to do left.
That's a big old mask.
I'm nervous that part of this is going into his butt crack, but even in the ass crack, I could run a perfect line and put solid color. Trying to keep it as traditional as possible.
Joshua's tattoo looks like he's doing a tramp stamp in his butt crack. I just don't see how he cannot be going home today.
Artists, today we threw you a painstaking test of detail. Asian tattoos. Joshua.
I hate the placement of this tattoo. This mask in the middle, looking to one side, half down in the butt crack with a little bit of water.
No business doing that much water on somebody if you don't know how to do it. I mean, this is an arthritic hand sticking out of the side of this guy's mask. You're way off. I'm not a fan of this one at all.
Today's challenge, you must tattoo an object so recognizable that any inconsistencies will be undeniable. An eyeball.
Perfect circles are the biggest challenge in an eyeball. It's very easy to see any jagged line, any imperfectness in the circle.
Eyeballs are tricky, man. You can either make them look really real or they can look like a couple of circles lumped in together.
You know, the throat's kind of an iffy spot, right?
Halo gave me one of the worst places possible to do a tattoo. You have to stretch it out so you can put that stencil on there, and then when it goes back, it's all warped up and twisted.
Were you open to maybe moving it anywhere else, just for like difficulty's sake?
If I can't talk this lady out of getting her throat tattooed, I could go home. My canvas went a photorealistic eyeball right on her throat.
Any swelling?
A little bit, not too much. I'm being pretty gentle.
That whole area is just one of the most difficult places to do a nice, clean tattoo.
I don't really want to like have you bleeding all over the place or anything like that.
I'm pretty pissed at Halo for giving me a throat, so I'm hoping I just knock his ass right out the water.
How's it looking?
Crazy awesome.
This week, we had you create an eyeball tattoo using dimension to make it pop off the skin. Maddie.
The dimension that you put into the actual iris itself, there's some really nice moments in there. But this huge eyebrow on the underside of this lady's chin is drastic.
She wanted it right on her throat. She wanted to make a statement, she said, so.
It's a mechanically good tattoo. It's just nuts.
Today, you must tattoo an animal.
Yes. I've been waiting for this challenge. This is the imagery that I love. This is the imagery that I do. I know I'm gonna kill it.
For an animal to come to life and pop off the skin, faces, noses, eyes, and mouths must have depth and dimension.
It's important to show dimension in animal tattoos because you want to make that tattoo look like it's alive. You want to make it look like it's gonna reach out and touch you.
You have 6 hours to tattoo an animal, and your time starts now.
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's do it.
Oh yeah, man. Animals are tough for a lot of artists because there's always different textures, fur, feathers, different ways that you have to really go about executing that take a lot of tricks to lay down a dimensional tattoo.
Ready?
Yeah.
Today you had to use dimension to bring animals to life. Each of you tattooed head-to-head with another artist, and we will directly compare your work. One of you will win, and one of you will lose. Chris. You handed out the skulls. Why did you choose to go head-to-head against Aaron?
He beat me the last time. Just wanted to redeem myself.
You did show some nice dimension. There's so much detail in that face and in the mouth and in the eyes.
It is a better attempt than anything we've seen from you to this point, so keep the momentum.
Aaron. This nipple is just killing us.
It was the flattest plane of canvas, and the nipple just laid how it laid.
You mean you didn't know what to do when you got to the nipple?
I just worked around it.
There's so many things you could have done. There's grasses and things you could have put up in front, something to camouflage that nipple in, but now it's an eyesore.
It looks like the lion's blowing wind on the guy's nipple. He's got one side of the lip that doesn't match the other, so it's a little up, and he's like whistling. It's a tough one, man.
Between Chris and Aaron, who do you choose?
I choose Chris.
Chris.
I choose Chris as well. Well done, man. This elimination tattoo, you must tattoo a classic symbol of the passage of time, an hourglass. Your canvases today want meaningful images incorporated into their hourglass tattoos. You must use detail to make these images work within the body of the hourglass.
Detail is so difficult on an hourglass tattoo. You need to make the glass look shiny. You need to make the sand look like it's grainy. That takes teeny tiny little textures. So much can go wrong.
You're annoyed you got me, I know you are.
It is a hard area to tattoo. I'm gonna need to see where we're gonna be tattooing.
Just pull them down?
Yeah, basically.
Sorry.
If I don't get my canvas to change their mind, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Honestly, dude, you have a lot of space right here.
Yeah.
Dude. It would look really cool right here, dude. And I don't know if you've ever talked to anybody that's gotten their ass tattooed, but it's a painful area to get tattooed.
Yeah, I'm sure. They all are.
Not as much as the ass.
Well, yeah, I have the back of my thigh. I have my whole head done, and that sucked. That's why I figured my ass can't really be worse than my head.
I can't believe this is happening. He's stuck on getting his ass tattooed. Everything that I hoped that didn't happen, happened. Doing a new school tattoo on a guy's ass.
I feel bad for you not feeling good, man. It sucks.
And on top of it, I'm sick as I'm spending more than an hour blowing my nose, sanitizing my hands, changing gloves, and it's everything up with my tattoo.
Today, you had to tattoo a detailed hourglass. Team Peck, you assigned the canvases. Let's see how you did. Eric.
This one shows a lot of struggle from you.
I can see how you tried to warp, the hourglass, but when you warp, you still gotta be symmetrical with like the lines and at the top of the hourglass. It's just a little bit too warped in different places.
I know there's a lot of issues with this tattoo.
It's definitely a struggle, bro.
I hate tattooing when I'm sick. Spent about an hour changing gloves, and that really killed my time with this.
It's not like you were off to a great start and then lost it in the end. This thing is jacked from the get-go. The drawing, the layout, the placement, the shape, the composition, this thing is rough and it's beat.
It just doesn't look like you.
It's not. When you feel like there's no days off here.
100% unfinished tattoo.
To compete as a shop in the real world, your livelihood depends on your ability to sell your shop and make your clients happy. So today, the power is in the hands of the canvases. You must tattoo whatever your canvas wants.
This could be bad. Usually we talk canvases out of certain things. These could be super difficult.
So who's done what on this thing?
I lined it. Bubba did all like the black in the face, and then Bubba's gonna jump back to the leaves. 100%, we got tattoo of the day.
DJ and Bubba's.
That tiger head is way in the back here.
Will they put it on backwards? The eyes should be here.
That's what I think.
Oh, it's backwards.
1 hour remaining. To succeed as a shop, you must be able to self-promote and impress your canvases. Let's see how you did. Old Town Ink.
This whole tattoo came out super clean. The outline is crisp. The areas of solid black are smooth.
Looks awesome. Why did you guys put it backwards?
Put it backwards?
100% backwards. That's what you're looking at when this guy walks up to you.
That's the front of his arm right there. The focal image of his whole forearm. That's what you see.
How do you place eyes on the body?
Towards the front.
Front and in. You guys that one up. You took yourselves completely out of the wind.
Today, you must tattoo 360-degree tattoos.
What the does that mean?
There is no greater test of adaptability than a tattoo that wraps completely around a part of the body.
Which part?
Oh, God.
Every part of the body has different skin. There's thinner skin, there's thicker skin. There's just so many variables in this 360 tattoo on just one limb that you have to deal with. It's insane.
I think it's not perfect, so maybe like a little bit smaller and a little bit down.
The human body is not symmetrical.
Damn, this thing's way off center.
I know.
This one?
Yeah.
It was because my head is crooked. I was actually born with...
Because your head's crooked? The artist who did that, his head was crooked.
Trying to get this stencil on her is a nightmare.
You guys are killing your time.
I know. I think I have to like straddle you. So I might.
You have 2 hours. Today, you had to prove your adaptability, creating a wraparound tattoo that looks great from every angle. Let's see how you did. Sydney.
I love the design, but you have to center the cleavage and make sure that that lines up with the face. And if she has a tattoo there already that's already off, that's really hard to look at.
You should have got her to stay away from her neck because the things we like about it are your style. But everything else about it, it just makes me stressed out. Today you must create transforming tattoos. What? The human body bends and moves, and today you must create tattoos that move with it.
The tattoos that move.
Oh, yeah. Your design must look like one thing when the body is in one position and ingeniously transform when it moves into another.
No way. For a tattoo to transform on the human body, you have to figure out a way to where when it's skewed, it creates another image. That's fucking hard.
I think interactive tattoos are cool. They're novelty and fun. How do you make these things work?
I mean, these tattoos gotta look cool when they're transformed and as a regular tattoo. You can't give this person a half a tattoo that looks silly by itself.
That's fucking crazy. What did you do before tattooing? Nothing good. In high school, my mom ended up getting sick, so I pulled out of school. I rebelled a bit, and I was very angry. In school, everything was proper, no creativity. When I found tattooing, it was at a perfect time for me. There's beauty in self-expression, and I don't believe that there's many other ways that you can permanently describe that. Tattooing is the only thing that I've never quit. Even when I'm tired and I'm exhausted, and some days, like, I'm over it, it's just like, it balances me.
All right, judges. The artists had 6 hours to show their ingenuity with transforming tattoos. We're reshuffling the teams.
This is crazy.
Game changer.
Oh, man.
And this is a blind critique.
Is this live? Are they live?
Yeah.
Hey, the cool.
I know who did each tattoo, but the 3 of you do not. Safety from elimination and a spot on your team is on the line.
Yeah, I just want to be safe.
You guys ready to look at some tattoos?
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
Let's bring up the first tattoo.
That's mine.
Death butterfly.
The ribcage is cool.
The skull's a bit confusing for me.
Yeah, it's a little dark.
If I cover from the skull and the ribs down, the top is still a butterfly. If I cover the butterfly, I'm like,
what's going on?
Yeah.
It's got like ribcage antlers.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the transformation.
Oh, wow, that got crunched, man. That butterfly definitely ended up in a lawnmower or something.
It lines up, though.
What defeated it was doing something symmetrical on a body part that isn't.
That's a tough ask.
Thank you.